Hey guys, Nick here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a budget projector. By budget I mean under $300, which is I guess considered budget for that sort of category of products. Now if you've been on this channel before, you know I am a huge fan of projectors. I've covered short throw projectors, I've covered like Pico mini projectors, and I just think they're a really great piece of tech, really good for people that want that sort of movie theater experience at home with, I guess, without having to spend thousands and thousands on the biggest TV they can afford. So the projector that we're taking a look at today is the Vankyo V630. It's that guy right over there. And this projector did get sent over to me for review, but like all my videos, it's completely unbiased. I'm not getting paid to say anything or put anything forward, just giving you my honest opinions of this projector. So we're gonna go through some of the specs, what you get with it and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm gonna go through pros, cons, whether or not you should pick it up. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. Now, a quick disclaimer before we start. I'm not gonna be cutting any like sample footage together throughout this video. I'm just gonna leave the middle of this review for sample footage, and I'll leave timestamps down below, and they're going to be in different lighting scenarios. That way you can just sort of skip to that and watch that through. And I've chosen the exact same video clip and I've shot them with the same settings on my camera. That way you can get a better idea of what the projector actually looks like in different lighting scenarios. So I shot it in a well-lit room, so sort of worst case scenario. I shot it in a really dark room, kind of best case scenario, or more or less best case scenario, and then somewhere in between. So if you check the description below, you'll see like links to those in the video, and you can just jump across and check that out at your own time. All right, so the Vankyo V630 is a budget 1080p projector. It comes in at $269 American, so USD, so it's gonna be a little bit more in Canada, and everywhere else in the world, obviously it's gonna fluctuate a little bit. For the best price, check out the link in the top line of the description, and yeah, you might be able to save a few bucks. But $269, so it's pretty affordable for the majority of people out there. I mean, even TVs these days are gonna cost more than that. And this is a 1080p projector, so pretty good value straight off the bat. Now, unlike some other projectors in this price category, it is actually native 1080p, so it's not something that is, so it's not like 720p or 480p that accepts a 1080p signal and then sort of does some like digital trickery where it upscales it. It is actually displaying a 1080p image, and watching it back, like we've got a pretty simple sort of reflective panel that we've been watching it on. I would say that the image is super crystal clear, and I would believe that, especially, you know, if you're playing video games or going through menu systems, looking at the text, that's always a good way to tell if it's good quality, and is definitely crystal clear from what I can see. So when you get this projector, in the box, you get a few different things. You get a carrying case, which is kind of nice. I mean, it is a relatively light projector, so you can sort of carry it around to place if you want to set up a home theater at your friend's house, you're going over for a sleepover, whatever. So that's kind of cool. And you get your standard cable, so you get a HDMI cable, you get your power cable, and that's pretty much all you need to run this bad boy. So getting this bad boy up and running is really, really simple. You pretty much plug it into the power, turn it on, point it at a flat surface. A white wall is gonna work. If you can pick up a really cheap projector screen, that's gonna work even better. I'll leave the one that we use down below, super cheap and affordable, and it's gonna get the job done. We literally just pinned it to the wall and it worked like a treat. Now, the projector itself has no sort of like operating system that can display like Netflix or anything like that, so you will need to connect it to some form of media player. We had it hooked up to an Xbox One and also a Chromecast just for shits and giggles, because it does have 2 HDMI inputs. It also has input for an SD card, so if you wanna whack some movies on a little SD card, just slap her in there. Got 2 USB ports as well, so if you just want to use a hard drive. You also have a VGA input, which is nuts, so I guess you could run it off a computer if you really wanted to, if you're thinking to get it for business purposes. One of the things that is lacking is an optical audio output, so if you want to hook it up to a sound system, you're sort of out of luck there. We ended up running it through the Xbox and it was fine, it wasn't an issue. But if you don't have like an Xbox, you're running it through a Chromecast, know that you will have to get away with the inbuilt speakers on the V630, or you're gonna have to use an AUX, because it does have 3.5mm jack, so you can plug it in that way, but it's just not gonna be the best quality. So like I said at the start, you'd get a 1080p crystal clear image with this. It can theoretically project up to a 300-inch image. We never really tested it. We got it to about 120 inches. That seemed to be the sweet spot. We had the projector about 12 feet away from the screen. You'll see that in the sample footage where the projector is. And it worked pretty well. We had it in the center of the room, pointed at the wall on the other side, and we sat around it. Worked really, really well. The contrast ratio is 5,000 to 1, which is really good for this sort of price category. I reviewed the Xiaomi Ultra Short Throw laser projector a few years back now. Link up above if you want to check that out. That was a $2,700 projector, and that had a 5,000:1 contrast ratio, I think, something like that. And so it's matching that, which is really, really good. And yeah, watching content on this projector, I didn't feel like I had any issue with the dark levels. The bright levels could get a little bit too intense sometimes, but that could be just because we had a really cheap sort of projection screen. Another great feature of the Vankyo V630 is the fact that it has a digital keystone correction, which is pretty uncommon in this sort of price category, which basically all that is gonna help you adjust the screen on the surface it's on. There's a button, where's that remote gone? There's a little button there on the remote, there it is. And that's basically going to help you get a nice square image on whatever surface you're projecting it on, and it works pretty well. Failing that, you do get to adjust like horizontal rotation and vertical rotation independently if you so choose to do so. All you need to do is use the focus wheels, which are on the front of the projector here, and they just sort of rotate like so. Really easy to get a nice crystal clear image, so that's pretty awesome. Speaking of the remote, it does come with one in the box. It's all right, and I mean, we just used it to turn it on and off, saves us having to get up and press the on button on the top because it has all the buttons you need on the top of the projector anyway. That's pretty much all we use it for, that and changing the source. Other than that, it's just like, we didn't really use it that much. That's how it is, but it comes with one. Now, before we get into the sample footage, I'm going to go through the gaming capabilities of this projector, hooking up like a game console, because like I said, we did run the Xbox through it. It's not for gaming. I would not recommend it to anyone. I myself don't consider myself a gamer, but we were playing a little bit of Modern Warfare, like Warzone on it, and I could notice the input lag. And like I said, I'm not a gamer. I don't profess to play video games that often, but I was playing it, and even going through the menu system in the Xbox, you could tell the lag, like even just going through like Netflix. Watching video content, not an issue, played very, very smoothly, but going through the menu system, you could feel it and see it. That being said, one of my housemates, he was playing video games on it, never really complained, but it's there. I don't recommend getting this if you're getting it purely for gaming. So with all that sort of out of the way, this is gonna be the demo.
apart when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Where will you go? Won't you miss the ones you know? I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds that turn into memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry.
Alright guys, so now you've seen all there is to see about the Vankyo V630. Hopefully you've got a pretty good idea of whether or not you want to pick one up or not. Personally, I think it's a great option for those of you out there who want to create that sort of home theater experience without having to break the bank. $269 is a really small entry, is a really small price point to sort of enter into this space. And then you can sort of see if you like it, maybe invest in a better model down the line. I straight out don't recommend it for gaming, so I wouldn't pick it up for that. But for everything else, I think it's a really capable projector. And again, if you want to check it out, top line in the description, it's going to be the most updated price point. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it and have the biggest wheels on the block, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the most up-to-date videos. And yeah, until the next one, guys, see ya.